One of the newest trends in learning these days is the concept of extended enterprise. Now, it sounds like a fancy phrase, but basically it's about pushing out your company knowledge further into the marketplace. So the easiest way of thinking about this is in terms of a sales funnel. So traditionally a sales funnel starts at the point where someone makes an inquiry. Someone drops you an email, they ring in, they come to a trade show, they've taken some action to engage with your company. Now with extended enterprise, the goal is to actually push that engagement further back into the company's cycle. So the idea is basically that you capture the user at the point of them doing initial research. So particularly with technical products, for instance, if you're a manufacturer of transistors, if you're a manufacturer of medical devices, you can actually engage the user when they're looking into the software group, or they're looking into the products and how they could use them in their project. And the way of doing this is really around customer training. So as well as offering help guides for existing customers, what you're looking to do is actually train anyone who wishes to be trained on these topics. Now, it seems counterintuitive to offer this training to people who aren't your customers. You might worry about company secrets, you might worry about competitors. But the key thing is to engender a sense of loyalty between you and your potential future customers. Because if you train them when they're looking for information, so for instance, if I'm going out and I'm designing the next mobile phone, and I'm going to design this next mobile phone, I need some capacitors. I need some high quality capacitors that are going to do what I want. Now, I might not know too much about capacitors. I might be a design expert. I'm good at UX and that sort of thing. So I need to go out there into the marketplace and find something that suits my needs. Now, if I find a company that has detailed information on all the capacitors they produce, but also has information on the background of how to pick a good capacitor, how different levels of capacitors work, how these interact with other elements on your motherboard, and how these things have to be taken into account, that will help me a lot of way along the line to my decision. Now, if that company's been so helpful at that stage, when I'm trying to do my initial research, they're naturally going to be the top of the list when I actually come to purchase, when I actually come to buy a capacitor for this project. They're going to be at the top of my list because they've assisted me so much in the research process. The other way you can look at this in terms of customer training is actually training your customers to better use your products. A lot of the time, revenue isn't fixed, so you don't have kind of a car model where they've bought a car and they've used the car and that's it. Because in that model, whether they use the car once for a trip to Tesco's or whether they use it every single day for the rest of their lives, it doesn't increase your revenue share. You've had the revenue from the purchase of the car. In a lot of particularly online business now, this isn't the case. Revenue is an ongoing relationship with the client. They have renewals of software licenses. They might have premium features they can purchase. They might have things like advertising, where you can purchase some advertising or lots of advertising. And so there's an emphasis on how they actually use the product, because if they're getting a lot out of the product, if they're enjoying it, if it's paying off for them, giving them benefits, they're much more likely to actually use the product more and use it for a longer period and spend more money on it and be able to justify that spend to the higher up members of their own organisation. So the way these two concepts kind of mesh together is you can actually use customer training as an extended enterprise tool. So the idea behind this for something like advertising on the web is you can use your software tools to actually train users on how best to advertise on the web. And obviously if you're someone who sells advertising, this benefits you, because if they're seeing a benefit to the advertising they're paying for, they're more likely to buy more of it. You can even train them on how to pitch to C-level executives on why they should buy advertising of this type. And the nice thing is you're actually helping your clients justify the money they want to spend with you. So although it seems like kind of giving away a freebie, and there will always be a small percentage of users who just consume training and never purchase, for the users that are going to purchase, you're actually assisting them to purchase more often, purchase more, justify it more to their management, and when they have purchased, to actually get the most out of the software they're using, which encourages them to purchase again, but also to recommend that purchase to other friends and family. When they move on to another company, they can come back to you and say, hey, I'm at this new company now, and we loved your software at the old place, let's use it here. And what you're really building up is a deep, ongoing relationship with that client. Now, the trick to this is a multi-layered approach to the learning. So as well as having some sort of platform where you can host content and making sure it's interactive and engaging, you also want to think about your entire strategy around learning. So this is going to inform the marketing department. You're going to look at how you market things, Are you always promoting, here's a new product, here's a thing you should buy? Or are you promoting, here's a piece of learning content, here's something that you could learn, here's something you might want to know? It also informs the sales cycle. Are your sales team always out pitching? Or are they actually out building those relationships and using the training to help build those relationships, and then just waiting for the sales to come to them? And it becomes a much smoother sales cycle rather than the peaks and troughs a traditional plan can get. And I think it reflects well on your company as well when you look at the effect on existing customers, because they then have a much better chance of actually finding out their answers. Now this can have knock-on effects in, for instance, things like your support team. You can find them more efficient at fielding queries. It's easier to get a member of the support team trained up because all of this content exists for clients and they can learn from that. And equally, you'll find the volume of support requests goes down as your training is more in-depth and understands more of the product. This can help clients have agency over what they're doing and actually understand the product in much greater detail, and in turn become advocates for you in the wider community into how they're actually developing the product.